Hi, my name's Jenny and I'm the Mind and Body Coach, and today I thought I would take you through a Pilates video. I've currently got a bit of a cold, which you might be able to hear, so I can't do HIIT. I can't even do yoga, but there's always something I can do, and Pilates is it today. I have got a couple of resistance bands. If you don't have one, don't worry, you can do all the exercises without. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be because I will find out at the end of it, but I hope you enjoy. So let's get started. Lying on your back. So just start off lying on your back, feet hip distance apart. Just put your hands onto your hip bones and just start squashing your lower back down and then just gently arching. So you don't want to overdo it, just a little gentle movement backward and forward. Just mobilising through your lumbar spine, so your lower back. And then you're going to settle into neutral. If you bring the palms of your hands onto your hip bones, your fingers towards your pubic bone, you want those 3 points to be level. So imagine if you had a cup of tea resting on those sort of lower abdominals, it would be completely flat. How much of a curve you have in your lower back just depends on your body shape. Some people have got more of a curve than others. And we just start coming to your breath. So in Pilates, you breathe in through the nose and exhale through pursed lips. So nice full deep inhale right into the lower lobes of the lungs. I can't really breathe from my nose, it's a bit difficult, but anyway. So full deep inhale. Now on your exhale, just start gently engaging pelvic floor. So just imagine you're trying to stop yourself going to the toilet. You don't want to overwork the muscles because they're anticipatory muscles. So it's just about 20%, just drawing up gently. So inhale, release. Exhale, engage. And then transversus is your deepest layer of stomach muscle. It starts from your pubic bone and it comes right underneath your ribs and wraps around into your thoracolumbar fascia at the back. If you imagine it's a big like corset-like muscle that's going to stabilise through your whole torso. If you bring your hands between your hip bones, as you exhale, pelvic floor engages and just feel those muscles gently tightening. So again, you don't want to overwork, it's just a gentle engagement. So inhale, full deep inhale, and exhale, pelvic floor transversus engages. So we're just going to keep working like that. Just starting to gently switch on those deep stabilizers. And on the next one, we need to keep that engagement. You're going to come into hip release. Keeping your left hip completely still. You can inhale, right leg comes out, slide along the mat, exhale back to center. So just watch this hip. If you don't do anything, then your hip will want to lift. Just nice and controlled. Inhale out and along, exhale back to center. So smoothly just sliding your foot along, watching the pelvis doesn't lift, watch it doesn't move at all. And then just going the other way. So inhale straight along the mat, exhale, take it out to the side. So without rushing in the movements, it's all about control. Just moving slowly with your breath. And then coming onto your left. So inhale, left leg out and along, exhale back to center. Make sure you're relaxing your shoulders. You're not starting to do the movement from your shoulders. Again, it's just that gentle 20% engagement. And then reversing the movement. So inhale straight along, exhale, take it out. The other knee, you want to keep it still as well, so just watch it doesn't move around. It's just this leg moving. So doing this hip release is also really good for mobilising your hip joint, and it helps release synovial fluid, so it lubricates your joint. Coming back to centre. So this is neutral. Whenever we bring our legs up in the air, it's safer to go into an imprint because it's a much more stable position to be in. So bring your thumb onto your lowest rib and middle finger onto your hip bone. As you exhale, using your obliques, so the muscles on the side, to engage, you're going to create a slight tilt in the pelvis, but you're not just pressing it back down, it's from your stomach muscles. So inhale to prepare, exhale, pelvic floor transverses, and then really engaging your stomach muscles to create a really stable base. Inhale, release, exhale, engage. And on the next one, you're going to keep your connection, keep your imprint. Inhale one leg up into tabletop, exhale the other. So knees straight above the hips. And then as you exhale, you're going to hover one foot just off the mat. Inhale, bring it back in, exhale to change. So just keep changing it. Lose the breath so you can connect more to your stomach muscles. And then again, try and relax your shoulders. We want our stomach muscles to do the job without starting to tense. You can turn your palms to the ceiling if that helps, opening across your collarbones. So you can either stay here, just watching the other knee doesn't creep in towards you, or you can straighten the leg and lower. Exhale away, inhale in. Exhale away. Still using the breath to connect your stomach muscles as much as you can. And again, if you want to stay here, you can. If you want to add a little bit more of a challenge to your stomach muscles, bring your arms up. As you exhale, take your arms to your ears, watching you don't lose your imprint. Inhale, bring it back in. Exhale away, inhale in. Just keep changing sides. So only lower your leg as far as you can maintain your imprint. If you feel any of these exercises in your lower back, just back off. It's better to sort of pull back and control it rather than trying to go all the way. Just do a couple more. Bringing the hands down, one leg down on the other, back to neutral. We're going to do some hip rolls. So here we want to start mobilising through our spine. So inhale to prepare, exhale pelvic floor transverses engages and slowly rolling up. So it's lower back, middle back, upper back. Just to a straight line, so pelvis stays neutral, not like yoga where you lift all the way up. Inhale at the top and then exhale from upper back, middle back, lower back. Trying to get as much movement through your spine as you can, all the way through imprint to neutral. And again, slowly rolling up, lower back, middle back, upper back. Inhale at the top and then exhale, slowly rolling back down. So each time just really trying to get as much movement through your spine as you can. So there's two other options. At the top, you might want to lift your heels, roll down with your heels lifted. It just sometimes makes you can get a little bit more space to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Replace the heels to slowly roll up. And then again, all the way down. So another option is you can roll up at the top. And then with your butt lifted, you lift your heels, bring the backs of the arms behind you. And again, roll down, trying to get as much movement. So it's an articulation through your spine. Replace the arms, replace the heels, and then slowly rolling up. So we're not going to rush this movement. We want to go nice and slowly and controlled all the way. And on the next one, I'm going to stay at the top and be a little bit mean to you now. Keep your body where it is. You're going to bring your arms up. So I don't know if I've got enough space. So inhale, arms over ears, exhale, sweeping round. Just keeping those lower ribs pulled in. So inhale up, exhale, complete the circle. Pressing down through your feet, squeezing your glutes, so squeezing your bum to keep your hips up. Just watch they don't start to drop. Nice and controlled. So it's a bit of an isometric hold. And then back the other way. So inhale back, exhale, complete the circle. If it gets too much, you can do this with your bringing your hips back down to the mat. Otherwise, try and stay lifted. So it's inhale back, exhale down. Now keeping your arms out, you can do a little scissor. So it's exhale, exhale, inhale to change, exhale, exhale. Squeezing your glutes to keep your hips up. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down, take one last inhale, and then slowly, no rushing it, upper back, middle back, lower back. Oh, and release. So you should get a bit of a glute burn there, glutes, maybe a bit of hamstrings. So we're going to come into spinal twist now. Back to your imprints, the stomach muscles pulled in, legs into tabletop. You're going to inhale, legs over to the side. Try not to use your arms too much. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale over, so you're using your obliques to pull yourself back to center. So shoulders stay down, your hips can lift. So inhale over, Exhale, control it back to centre. Creaky floorboard. So again, nice and slow and controlled, moving with your breath. So you're using that purse lip to get more of a connection to your stomach muscles. We'll do one more each side. And then bring one leg down and the other. Back to neutral. So we're going to lie on our fronts now. Lying on your front. So we want to work into those postural muscles, so the upper back muscles. You can have your legs together or slightly apart. If you have your feet apart, it just makes a bit more space for your lower back. Hands outside the mat. Engage your stomach muscles. So pelvic floor transverses. Trying to suck your belly button up off the mat. So you're going to inhale, just pull your shoulders back. Exhale, rolling up, starting with your cervical spine, so your neck. Inhale at the top, exhale back down. Inhale, shoulders, exhale, rolling up. Inhale to stay, exhale back down. So this is an upper back. You only want to feel it at the bottom of the shoulder blades. If you start feeling it in your lower back, engage your stomach muscles further and don't come up as far. So inhale, shoulders, exhale, rolling up. Inhale to stay, exhale back down. Still pulling in your stomach muscles. You want to start moving. It's another articulation. So start with, imagine rolling a marble away with your nose, lengthening, but not lifting your head top so you kind of get crease in the back of the neck. You want to keep the length through the back and just keep working like that. So nice and slow and controlled. Keep pulling your stomach muscles in. And then you can either stay here or bring your arms alongside your body. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Reaching through your fingers, exhale to lower. So really pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Length through your spine rather than trying to come up super high. So you inhale, filling up the lungs. Really drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Make sure you haven't forgotten to engage pelvic floor transverses. Slowly and controlled. Just do a couple more. Just make sure you're not going into your lower back as you start to get tired. Last one. And then press back onto your hips, coming into a shell stretch. Rounding through your spine, so releasing any tension. So it's really good to do extension. You want to release afterwards. And then restacking. Inhale, lower back, middle back, upper back. So you're going to come into the band. If you don't have a band, you can do this without one. Otherwise, putting the band around your ankles. So you're going to do a little bit of glute work. Lying on your front again. You can make a pillow with the arms. Lengthening, and then this time you're going to inhale, exhale, lift and lengthen. Sorry, point through the toes. Extend the leg. Legs super straight, so we want our glutes rather than just hamstrings. And just keep your hip bone pressed into the mat. Slowly and controlled. Think about pointing through your toe, reaching away as far as you can. And just keep changing sides. Squeezing your bum to lift the leg. Still engaging your stomach muscles. So you can stay like that, or if you want to do both legs together, lift and lengthen, press out into the band, and then lowering down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So nice and controlled, lifting up and lowering down. Stomach muscles pulled in. Just try and relax your shoulders. And keep going, really pressing out to the band if you go into that option. Or you can stick with a single leg. And the next one you're going to stay up and just pulse your legs out, out, out into the band. Keep reaching through the toes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Feel your bum burning. Stomach muscles pulled in. Can you lift a little bit higher? Last 4. 3, 2, and relax. And just to be really mean, we're going to go straight into heel squeeze prone. Bend the knees, take your knees to the width of the mat, heels together. So as you exhale, you can either just squeeze your heels together, or you can try and hover your knees up off the mat. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze and lift. The more you press your heels together, the more you get your glutes working. Inhale, lower. And just keep going. Each exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, lower. We'll just do a few more. I know my bum is burning. Last one. And relax. Press back out. Right, we'll do a little release before we move on to the next exercise. So lie on your back. Crossing your ankle over the knee. You can either go underneath, well, go through, hold underneath your thigh, or go on top of the shin. Keeping your lower back pressed into the mat. And just have that nice release before we do the next exercise. And then changing sides. Okay, we're going to do a half roll back now. So come into sit, feet flat, about hip distance apart. So this, you want this movement to come from the C curve to your lower back. Arms up at shoulder height, keeping your shoulders down. Exhale, roll back, scooping out your stomach muscles just to like the top of your pelvis. Exhale back, inhale forward, keep the scoop. Feet stay flat. They might want to lift off, but just go as far. You might need to pull them closer towards you. So exhale, back. Inhale, come forward. As you roll back, looking straight ahead. As you come forward, look to your knees. So keeping the length through your neck again. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Keep pulling belly button to spine. Nice and controlled. So now I'm going to take it to a oblique roll back. So sitting up tall, this time exhale, roll back, scooping out the stomach, and you're going to twist, eye-line follows hand, inhale, coming up, exhale the other way. So you're trying to twist as far as you can. Again, watching the shoulders don't creep up to your ears. Really twist from your waist as far as you can. Other arm stays straight above the knee. The more you can twist, the more you're going to bring in your obliques. Last one, coming to center. And you're going to roll down as slowly as you can, vertebrae by vertebrae. Again, articulating through your spine. Controlling, you might find a little stiff point that's a bit harder to control. All the way. How slow can you go? Oh. And then we're going to do full roll up. So flexing your feet, pull the toes towards you. You're active through your legs here. Bringing your arms to your ears and just watch your ribs don't flare up because I want to go like that. So you're going to pull everything in. Inhale, hands to ceiling. Exhale, slowly rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale to start coming back. Then use the exhale on that tricky part to slowly roll all the way down. If that's too much, you can bring your hands onto your thighs to help you on that way up. And then work on the lowering phases where we're a bit stronger, the eccentric part of the movement. So slowly rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. So inhale, hands to ceiling. Exhale. So try not to rush it. No using momentum, so you're peeling yourself up. Using your stomach muscles with control. So the more you engage the legs, the more it will stop your heels from lifting up off the mat as you come down. So as you start to get hard hard, it gets a little bit harder. We'll do one more. And I think it's about time we go back to glutes. So I'm going to use a band. Again, if you don't have a band, you don't have a band, it's fine. So first of all, bring it over your knees. So this time you're going to start in neutral, so you've got your natural curve of the lower back, and snap your hips up and down. So exhale up, inhale down. So just squeeze your bum before you come up. It helps to get your glutes working rather than just your hamstrings. And just keep going up and down. So get that nice glute booty burn here, up and down. So having the band just helps to get your glutes firing rather than your hamstrings trying to take over. Okay, stay at the top. This time you're going to squeeze and lift. So rather than bouncing up and down, think about just squeezing your bum right at the top. Little squeeze and lift. So the smaller and the more controlled, the better. More of a bum squeeze than anything else. If you need to come down and take a little micro rest and come down and then come up again. Otherwise, just keep squeezing. Okay, now last little bit, pulse legs out, out, out into the band. Stomach muscles pulled in, just going out. Again, nice and controlled. Pressing down to the foot. Last 4, 3, 2, and go down now. Releasing your band. Again, if you want to have a little glute stretch, you can do a stretch. Oh, stretch is almost as bad as the actual exercise. Okay, we're going to do a little trio of abs now. So you're going to come to your imprint again, stomach muscles pulled in, legs up. If you've got tight hamstrings, you can have your legs bent here. Interlace your hands behind you in the head and try to relax your head into your hands. Flexing your body up. So you're going to lower, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4. Lower, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Relaxing your neck into your hands. Flexing up as high as you can. So if this is too much for you, you don't have to lower the leg as far. Or you could bend the leg. So bending the leg like the toe tap you did before. Either way, use the exhale. It's all about doing it slowly and controlled. So no rushing it. It's always when you slow things down that they get harder. One more on each leg. And come down for a moment, take a little break. So the next one, you're going to be in the same position, but this time you're going to try and peel your tailbone up without the feet coming towards you. So it's more of a lift and then a lower. So you're going to lift, 2, 3, 4, lower, 2, 3, 4. Keeping the body still. So again, hands behind the head, relaxing your head into your hands so your neck's not trying to do the job. Legs in your imprint, legs up again, flex up. So this time lift, 2, 3, 4, lower, 2, 3, 4. Lift, 2, 3, 4, lower, 2. Don't worry if you don't move, just feel the stomach muscles contracting as you try to lift up. So try to peel, take your toes to the ceiling. One more, and come down. So the last one in this horrible little trio, it's going to bring in your obliques a bit more. So again, we're in the same position. You're going to reach one arm across, so legs up. Again, if you've got tight hamstrings, you have your legs bent. This time, flex it up, reaching the other arm across. You're going to lower the opposite leg. So exhale, lower. Really reach past the other leg. So you're working in here. 5 more. 2 more. Really reach past the other line without holding onto the leg. And come down. And ready for the other side. So we'll give our stomach muscles a little rest. So again, reach and go across. So exhale, lower. Reach past as far as you can. Four more. Only lower the leg as far as you're not feeling it in your back. Good. Last 2. Last 1. And come down. Whew, my abs are burning now. Okay, we're going to go back onto our front. So this time, you're going to have your legs at the width of the mat. So you're coming to swan dive. If you've got sciatica, so that kind of shooting pain that goes through your glute, keep your legs straight and do the breaststroke prep that we did before this one. Otherwise, turning out into the lateral rotation. We'll start off going onto elbows. So it's inhale, pull your shoulders back. Exhale, rolling up. Just coming onto elbows a few times just to start warming up again. Inhale, shoulders, exhale, rolling up. Inhale to stay, exhale, back down. So you can stay with that, or you can start extending the arms, pressing down through your pubic bone, lifting your hip bones up. So again, you don't feel this in your lower back. Inhale the top, exhale, back down. Inhale, shoulders, exhale, rolling up, extending the arms. Inhale to stay, exhale, back down. So you're working through the extensors of the body, really squeezing your bum. It'll help protect your lower back. You shouldn't be feeling this in your lower back. So I'm just going to stick with this version today. Just broadening across your shoulders here. Make sure you're not crunching up. Last one. And again, press back, shell stretch, releasing your spine. And slowly rolling up. So, and we're done. I hope you enjoyed my first Pilates video. If there's anything you'd like more of or any suggestions, then please just comment below. And if you like my videos, then please like and share it. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Thank you.